Double click on it so we have no.
And I'm forewarned.
Or indeed.
Ed.
Thank you, Sue.
All right, we are live on YouTube.
Double click on it so we have no.
And I'm forewarned.
All right.
Are we muted?
No.
18 participants. Should we mute? Don't mute us.
That's all right. I'm going to mute everybody.
Okay.
There we go. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Oh, another lovely, wonderful Shabbat. And we got a break in the rain, a short break, but a break nonetheless. It is my pleasure to welcome you for this lovely Shabbat. And Adele is running the slide deck tonight. So Adele, if you wouldn't mind, oh, it's already up. So we are going to begin our service tonight with Tov Lehodot. Oh my goodness, we have a full house tonight. Lovely. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for I know that you'll always be here surrounding me. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. My spirit takes release. I close my eyes in peace, and from my soul heard far above comes a song of love. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. I wish to understand the wonders of your hand, for all the blessings that are mine rise from your design. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov Lehodot Adonai, Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Who would like to bless the Shabbat candles tonight, either with candles that you have set up in your home or with the ones on the screen? Any takers?
I will.
Thank you, Lacey.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. So I hope many of you were able to update your app, your Zoom. And if not, that's okay. We're going to try something tonight. Zoom has made some interesting updates, and one of them is that they've been able to cut down on the lag, and especially not so much with singing, but with speaking. So I'm going to invite you to unmute and join me in a responsive reading.
I want to follow the people who stopped dating.
Probably.
There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain.
Not gain.
On
Shabbat,
seek to
acquire, share.
There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted.
on
Shabbat
is
for the mystery of creation.
There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others.
on Shabbat,
Remember that
Justice is our duty.
Better world, our goal.
Our goal.
So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Now I invite you to remute. As we continue with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamur v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litfilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'orek u'mi'ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kvod Adonai alayach nikra. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Mo'iv shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvzola, toch emunei am segula. Bo'ichala, bo'ichala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat There are times when the love of God burns so powerfully within your heart that the words of prayer seem to rush forth quickly and without deliberation. At such times, it is not you yourself who speak, rather it is through you that the words are spoken. Yitkada shemei Rabba, be'amad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yamechon uv'chayetecha beit Yisrael, ba'agala, uv'izman kariv, v'meru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach, le'alam yamei amaya, yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'yamaha, v'meru amen. We continue with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Adonai, Hamevorach, Baruch, Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Le'olam va'ed, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Le'olam va'ed. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun and moon testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish. But your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta, Otanu limadta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbenu, Kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratcha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam אהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. אוהב עמו ישראל. Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam. Cora is about to become bat mitzvah next Shabbat, and we are delighted to have her lead us in Ve'ahavta this evening.
Thank you. V'chayu ha'garim ha'ela asher Elohim zareha hayom adabeha v'shinatan levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shikecha v'techa u'vekecha ha'derech v'shofecha u'kumecha shantam le'od aladecha v'chayu tatachot v'neinecha v'chata on v'zotetecha v'bisharecha v'man yisraelu v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim v'elokechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hoseatam Me'eretz Mitzrayim V'lahem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Would you like to continue in the English? You're doing such a fabulous job.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles in earth, protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravaged by war, now quiet and content. For soldiers home who leave no more. The song of the world redeemed, the song of peace.
And that song is Milchamocha. Thank you. Yai bye bye bim bidi bami yabba bye bye bim bam. Yai bye bye bim bidi bami yabba bye bye bim bam. Hi hi da 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 yabba bye bye bim bam. Hi hi da 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 yabba bye bye bim bam. Mi chamocha v'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. No tehilot osei v'ele. No tehilot osei v'ele. Malechutecha ra'u v'alecha. Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'eli ze'eli anu ve'yamru. Adonai imach le'olam va'ed. Yai bye bye bim bidi bami yai bye bye bim bam. Yai bye bye bim bidi bami yai bye bye bim bam. Hi hi da 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 yai bye bye bim bam. Hi hi Akiv Adonai et Yaakov, Ugealo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Who would like to lead this prayer?
I'll read it.
Thank you.
Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Mekadoshei Shebei Shabbat. Kulam yisbehu v'yitainu mitogecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Uvashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat. Bentot yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Gefer l'masei b'reshit Shabbat. Gefer l'masei b'reshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shabbat v'korei, Oneg Shabbat. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Back one, please. Can you go back one, please? Ah, there we go. Thank you. We continue with the tefillah. Adonai sefatai tikta ufi yagite ilateha Adonai open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevii Kula Livnei V'neihem L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav LeHoshia Morid Hatal Mechokel Chaim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melech Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata L'Hachayot HaKol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Who would like to read this prayer?
I would be happy to do that.
Thank you.
Okay. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at your feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Simcha Ulcha Naeh Lahodot.
Thank you, Richard. Oh, I think there was one in between. Oh, I think we missed one. It's okay. There we go. Who would like to read this one?
We'll read it.
Thank you.
Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Blessed is the Eternal One, the Holy God. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Thank you. All right, and let's go to Shalom Rav. One more. We read that one. We read that one. One more. One more, Del. We read that one, I think. Yep, we read that one. I think we're in an endless loop. One more forward. There we go. Perfect. Shalom Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Le'olamcha. Tasim Le'olam. Ki Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher Hamvarech et Amo Yisrael Bashalom. We take a few moments of silent reflection with some more of Mike's accompaniment. Hopefully. v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom, shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'yakol Yisrael amen. Oseh shalom, shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ve'yakol Yisrael amen. We're grateful, so grateful for the ceasefire. We hope that it holds. We pray that it holds. We mourn the loss of all life. This prayer by Alden Solovey was posted today on the CCAR Facebook page. And so I share this with you. Tears too close, a prayer of consolation. These tears are so too close to my eyes, ready to burst forth for the sorrow that surrounds us. These tears are too close to my heart, ready to burst forth for the pain that surrounds us. These tears are too close to my soul, ready to burst forth for the heartbreak that surrounds us. Nachamu, nachamu ami yomar Elohechem. Ki nicham Adonai Tzion. Comfort, comfort my people, says your God, for God will comfort Zion. Well of compassion, comfort of generations, let us cry together for all that has been lost and all that might have been. Anochi, Anochi, hu menachemchem, v'rav shalom banayich. It is I who comforts you, and great shall be your children's peace. We take no comfort in the loss of any life. And we recognize that terror is terror on everybody. The government does not represent the people necessarily. And the people in general, the citizens of Israel and Gaza want peace. They want to live, they want to coexist. And that's what we're praying for. We're praying for peace. Our thoughts now turn to those who are in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. Those in our community, those close to our community. Sharon Barr, Marcy Berman, Carol Castro, Isaac Cohen, Sarah Cohen, Susan Cooley, Kay Cosby, Carolyn Dowland, Stuart Dowland, Rabbi Ellen Dreyfus, Wendy Drezick, Don Elmore, Steve Feynman, Bernice Fischel, Justin Folk, Paula Goldstein, Michelle Harvard, Matt Kiefer, Janice Keating, Jenna Lesser, Olivia Martinez, Dan McShane, Mike McNearly, Gladine Mollett, Tom Moore, Charles Patrick, Ruth Ann Paul, Jeanette Pierce, Ken Samet, Miguel Sanchez, Arnold Savanor, Ron Stevens, Mike Stern, April Singer, Emilio Vasquez, Susan Weber, Marcia Gorin-Wesser, Joe Zutzius. Are there others for whom we are praying this evening?
Jenny Callahan.
Thank you.
Molly Morales, Kay Williams.
Thank you.
Allie Kendall.
Thank you.
Barbara Singer.
Thank you.
Tommy Fraser.
Thank you.
For all the wounded people in Israel and Gaza from the fighting that is fortunately ceased at the moment.
Ray Minna.
Jacob Blake, Helga Gleiser, David Fishelman, Carol Van Heineken, Bruce Schlossberg, Karen Schlossberg, Rogelio Garcia Jr., and all those who are in the line of sight of anti-Semitism, not only in America, but throughout the world.
Thank you. For all those who have been named, for all those that we name in our hearts, we say, Misha Berach Avotenu V'Imotenu Abraham Yitzchak V'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah V'Yivarech Et HaCholim Shelanu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem Lahachalimam U'Lerapotam U'Lahachazikam V'Yishlach Lahem Mehera Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim Refuat HaNefesh U'Refuat HaGuf Hashta Be'Avala V'Zman Kariv V'Nomar Amen. We join together in our prayer for healing, the Misha Berach, our sung version. If you could advance, Adele. Oops, missed one. There we go. Shabbat Shalom. This week's Parsha, Naso, one of my favorites. You'll see why in a minute. Picks up right where we left off last week. The census of the Gershonites, the Kohatites, the Merarites, remember the Schleppers, was completed, and their duties in the tabernacle are detailed. We have the disturbing ritual of the Sotah, a woman who is suspected of adultery. And the obligations of the Nazirite vow are explained. Aaron and his sons are instructed to bless the Israelites through the priestly blessing. Moses finishes setting up the tabernacle. He anoints and consecrates it. And the tribal chieftains then bring their gifts to the tabernacle. It's striking that God's instruction to bless the people preceded these gift offerings, as if to make clear that the priestly blessing was completely unconditional. God loved us, so no gifts were necessary, yet they were brought. Why? Perhaps because knowing that we were loved drew us to return that love. We were blessed as a people, and as a people we would return that blessing with our own offerings, tribe by tribe. The gifts would benefit everyone. Without them, there would have been no sacrificial rites. These last two actions in Naso were reciprocal. A gift of blessing for the people, a gift of offering for God. Thus the Israelites were now organized into a sacred community, a Kehillah Kedoshah, protecting one another, protecting the Mishkan, offering gifts to the Mishkan, the tabernacle, shielded by God's blessing. That priestly blessing is so powerful for us to this day. May God bless you and protect you. May God deal kindly and graciously with you. May God bestow divine favor upon you and grant you peace. Rabbi Elise Frischman writes, blessing acknowledges holiness. Thus, we are holy. That this blessing is communal is important because we had already been given instructions for personal protection, enlightenment, and peace. Following the mitzvot of Torah would elevate each person. Bringing offerings to the Mishkan would check one's greed and promote one's spirit. Because of these individual pathways, the community could be and would be worthy of blessing. The community could become a Kehillah Kedoshah. It would encourage personal growth for the sake of the whole, teaching the individual that the sum is greater than the parts. It would guide each person toward the most important nourishment of all, a better world for all, not just for some. Rabbi Joseph B. Soloveitchik calls our attention to a unique and special requirement for blessing the people. To be valid, to fulfill the mitzvah, the priests must give the blessing with love. The blessing that the priests recite before invoking the actual words of the blessing states, and this still is the case in Orthodox synagogues, and this is every day that the Kohanim recite the blessing. Blessed are you, loving God, our Lord, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with the sanctity of Aaron and commanded us to bless his people Israel with love. Rabbi Soloveitchik points out that there is no other blessing on a commandment that specifies that one must do it with love in order for it to be a valid performance. How fitting then that these are the verses that have become the blessing invoked by parents upon their children every Shabbat, at their wedding, at their children's wedding, at their child's and grandchild's bris or naming. I can't think of a better prayer than one given by God with unconditional love. And so I ask God's blessing on all of us with the precious words of God's love in the threefold priestly blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom v'yasem lecha shalom ken yehi ratzon. Shabbat shalom. And now I turn it over to David.
Okay. Lisa, welcome to everybody. Lisa, I'd like to compliment you on a very nice and well put together sermon.
Thank you.
This is the type of thought that gets people to actually come to services, even if I had to drive somewhere. Also want to thank Lisa, Mike, and Adele for putting together the service, the music and the slideshow. As far as announcements are concerned, just to kind of reiterate, the emails. Tomorrow we got regular Hebrew classes, and the group activity will be 10 and 11 as standard. On May 29th, this will be Saturday, 10 a.m., Cora Skoog's bat mitzvah. Let's everybody get there and show some support for the young lady. On June 1st, 6 p.m., our next congregational planning meeting. We have a few important things on the agenda. Also, on June 19th, specific times to follow. We will have Lisa's rabbinic ordination. We need to get there to support our gal and get her off to a good start. Lisa, you're our gal, so yeah, go for it. That's about all I got this evening, Lisa. So, any comments or items? Back to you.
Sounds good. All right. We are going to continue with our concluding part of the service, beginning with Aleinu L'Shabeach. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, L'Teit Gedula L'Yotzer Breshit, Shehu Noteh Shamayim V'Yosei Haaretz, Umoshav Yikaro B'Shamayim Mima'al, U'Shchinatu Zo B'Govhei Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Ein Od, V'Anachnu Koreim, U'Mishtachavim U'Modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Recall those who are no longer with us. In loving memory, those who are observing Yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death, Beatrice Stein, mother of Lee Markman, Shirley Strahl, mother of Andrea Cohn. We remember also 10 people who perished in the Holocaust: Frederica Schwab, Martha Sarah Thalman, and Annie Strutwick, Rachel Vandepol, Sipora Punz, Maria Coppens, Betja Visser, Estella Vrakdonder, Femina De Vries, Miriam De Vries. Are there others who we're recalling for Kaddish this evening?
Silva Frazier.
Thank you.
Robert Singer, my father.
Thank you. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be an abiding blessing. I'm going to invite those who are comfortable to take yourselves off mute and let our voices join together in the words of the Kaddish. Yitkadal,
Hey, Rabba. Salam,
Chirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechamu,
Israel.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey, Rabba, Yit Barak, Yehei Amen.
Wasn't that a good experiment?
We're going to conclude with Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, a song, a prayer. Peace, God willing, will come to us all, to Israel, to us, to the world. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu ve'akulam Salam Aleinu ve'akol ha'olam Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'akol ha'olam Salam, salam Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu ve'akulam. All right, Dorothy, would you lead us in Kiddush this evening, please? And Adele, if you would advance one more, please.
That's the one.
Dorothy, could you advance one
Yes.
more?
Yes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, barei pori hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho ba'ahava u'v'ratzon hinhilanu, zikaron lamase bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah lamikrae kodesh, zeher leitziat mitzrayim, kivanu vaharta veotanu kidashta mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodsha be'ava u'varatzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Beautiful, thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. All right, I'm going to take us off YouTube.